It's the most underrated wrestling show. WellsMania podcast on YouTube, but you already know it's the most underrated wrestling show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special holiday edition of WellsMania podcast on YouTube. I am your host, the Kyle Wells. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at WellsMania. Like me on Facebook at WellsMania. I do it for the gram at WellsMania. And while you're here on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Tell all of your friends out there all across the world. Share away. Share away. This, of course, is the instrumental version to the Christmas classic, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year by Andy Williams. We are days away from Christmas, and if you don't celebrate Christmas, that's okay. It's okay. If you celebrate Hanukkah, if you celebrate Kwanzaa, Festivus, whatever it is that you celebrate, I hope you celebrate it well, and I hope you're positive and you spread positive cheer for everyone to hear. It's the most underrated wrestling show. Okay. Cut it. I will not have you all suffer anymore. Let's do the regular intro, shall we? We shall.
Hey guys, this is WWE superstar Charlotte Flair, and you're listening to WellsMania Podcast. Woo!
But what would I wear? What would I say? That's it. I'm not going. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 11 of WellsMania podcast on YouTube. I am your host, the Kyle Wells. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at WellsMania. Like me on Facebook at WellsMania. I do it for the gram at WellsMania. And while you're here on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and share with all your friends. Thank you so much for running wild with me. Got a fun show lined up for all of you out there listening. I don't care how many of you are, just as long as I know that there's one. That's all that matters, because you are the one that makes me want to do this show. And I appreciate you. However many of you are out there. WWE TLC live from the SAP Center in San Jose, California, live this Sunday. It's the very last pay-per-view of 2018. Can you believe that we are already here? The end of the year. I don't know about you, but 2018 flew. It really did. It just skated right on by. I'm sure people are probably offended by WellsMania podcast somehow. I don't know. Maybe I made the list. You just made the list. I did tweet some stuff earlier that might have sparked some controversy, maybe ruffled a few feathers. Listen, you don't have to like a certain wrestler. You don't have to cheer for a certain wrestler. You don't have to boo for a certain wrestler. But isn't it kind of ironic don't you think? That a lot of fans out there have been clamoring for Roman Reigns to come back when those same exact fans were the ones that were booing him to go away. Maybe it's because I've always been a Roman Reigns fan and I've actually always appreciated him in the ring. And I never was one of those fans that said, he's being forced down our throats. He's being pushed in a direction that we don't want him pushed. Inconceivable. A lot of dirty diapers out there when Roman Reigns was reigning supreme on Monday Night Raw. A lot of fans booed him just for the hell of it. I call them hipster boos. Because you don't know why you're booing the guy. You think you do, but you don't know. You just see the guy beside you or the girl beside you or the little kid beside you or behind you booing. So you just decide to boo too because you like the noise it makes that comes out of your mouth. Listen, it's okay to boo a wrestler. It's okay to cheer a wrestler, but there is a difference when you do it. Don't be a hypocrite. And you know you're guilty. And I know some of you out there who I follow on Twitter, at WellsMania on Twitter, that I have seen time and time and time again flip-flop from one wrestler to another, booing this one, cheering that one, booing this one. Those fans that booed Roman Reigns to go away, well, he is temporarily off fighting leukemia in real life. Now, that's another thing, too, is I caught some heat, some backlash. People were stepping up and saying, well, it's not the Roman Reigns, the person, Joe. It's not him, you know. It's Roman Reigns, the character that was being forced down our throats. And I'm like, no. You're the ones that came up with that. Y'all watch wrestling? Is this your first time watching wrestling? Saying that a wrestler is being pushed down your throats? Clearly none of you are my age and grew up in the 90s when, Hulk Hogan was being pushed down our throats. Stone Cold Steve Austin was being pushed down our throats. The Rock was being pushed down our throats. The NWO, Too Sweet, was being pushed down our throats. You can literally say that about any wrestler who catches steam, rises to the top, because the cream always rises to the top. Dig it! Macho Man Randy Savage pushed down your throats. The Ultimate Warrior, Bret the Hitman Hart, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, woo! Sting, ow! Hypocritical fans are the worst. Negative wrestling fans are the worst. Fans that just watch WWE to get on Twitter and bash it are the worst. If y'all don't like the product and y'all hate the product so much, you don't have to watch the product. What kind of miserable life do you live where you waste your time watching something that you don't like just to complain about it on social media? I feel sorry for you. I really do. And I hope Santa brings you a good attitude and good vibes for Christmas or whatever you celebrate. I hope 2019 gives you an attitude adjustment, because we all know you need one. Oh, right. Listen, I like to vent every once in a while, and you know what? This is my show, and quite frankly, I can do whatever I want. And speaking of doing whatever I want, let's see what's going on in the Wrestle with This universe. It's time to wrestle with this. Now, I tweeted earlier today on my Twitter that I was going to have WWT World Champion Stone Payne apparently, he got that message because joining me right now, live in studio. Where did you even come from? I didn't even see you come in here. You didn't even notify me that you were gonna. Listen, I'm not mad that you're here. I'm actually honored because this is the very.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This is the very first time that
I just made your podcast the #1 show on YouTube other than Wrestle with This.
And I am very, very appreciative of that. I'm kind of surprised because you're a hard man to figure out. I've seen your matches. I actually predicted you to defeat Mike James.
The only smart thing that you've ever predicted.
Thank you. Well, I just had a feeling, I just had a feeling that it wasn't quite Mike James's time, and I was right. And now, I did want to make this more of a kind of like a get-to-know-you forum because there are a lot of people out there who don't really know too much about you, Stone Payne, the youngest world champion of all time. We do know that you won the WWT World title at Smash Mouth Slamboree earlier this year, one of the highlights of 2018, and then you just defeated Mike James in a kendo stick match at WWT Super Stampede, and like I said, I successfully predicted you to win that match, and you did. Now, tell me, this has been a really good year for you, Stone Payne. You have had a nice reign as the once upon a time self-proclaimed King of the Jungle, but I think that you have proven to all of the Wrestle with This fans out there that you are indeed the King of the Jungle.
I am the King of the Jungle. And you know what? It doesn't matter. I don't give a damn if there's a fan out there that thinks that I'm not the King of the Jungle. I've heard a lot of paper champion remarks going around. Tell me how I am a paper champion. I have done every single thing I said I was going to do in that ring in the WWT. I walked in to Slamboree and I walked out the WWT champion. I brutalized Ravishing Anton just like I said I was going to do. I ended the dream of Mike James just like I said I was going to do, and I will continue to do it. 2018 was the year of the King of the Jungle, and 2019 will be no different.
You did bring up a good point because there are a lot of Stone Payne haters out there on Twitter, which I know that you don't care about, but they are there. Trust me, I know a few of them, and I've actually, this is a part of getting to know Stone Payne, I opened it up to my followers out there, my WellsManiacs. There's only like 10 of them, but still, I appreciate each and every single one of you. By the way, you are listening to episode 11 of WellsMania podcast on YouTube, and while you're on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to Wrestle with This because you can see Stone Payne and all the other WWT superstars in action. And coming off a 20,000 views on WWT Super Stampede.
And let me just say something about that. 20,000 plus views. I'm not an independent wrestler looking for 60 people to clap and cheer me on in some rundown school gymnasium. I'm the king of the jungle that performs for a global audience. I'm a sports entertainer in my prime, and I just proved it by selling out what would be a WWE pay-per-view level audience, 20,000.
You are right. That is an excellent point to bring up. Now, I do have a question here. I've got actually several questions.
And I tweeted you earlier, make sure these questions are worth my time.
I guess we'll find out. Chris Haggerty. He's a good brother, Chris Haggerty. You could follow him on Twitter at CM Haggerty. He has loaded the deck. And you know what? I'm going to give him airtime because that's the kind of guy that I am here on WellsMania podcast. When you, the Wells Maniac, tweet at me, I want to give you the rub and show you love and put you over. Chris's first question at WellsMania: if Stone Pain is the king of the jungle, why does he keep ducking talents like Mega Mondo, Justin Kyle, Jackson Rathbone, and Tim McLaw?
Have you seen me duck any of those men? No, none of them have had the guts to step in the ring face to face and challenge me like a man. Ravishing Anton had the guts to do it, and what happened to him? I beat him so bad he couldn't even look at himself in the mirror. Mike James did it, and now he's somewhere down in shit-stained lane with broken ribs. When the next man who has enough guts to get in that ring with me finally grows a pair and does it, he will end the same way that Mike James and Ravishing Anton did. So I don't care if it's Mega Mondo, Justin Kyle, Jackson Rathbone, or anybody else. Bring it on.
Now, Chris has a follow-up. Can you win a match without the use of your kendo stick?
All right, now listen to this. I want you to answer this question. Have I once used that kendo stick illegally?
No.
I didn't. At Slamboree, it was a triple threat match. If any man with a brain that knows anything about professional wrestling, because Chris Haggerty, obviously you don't have a brain and you don't know anything about professional wrestling, the rules of a triple threat match are simple. There are no rules. That kendo stick was legal and I took advantage. When I used it against Ravishing Anton, it was a no disqualification match, and that pretty boy bitch brought out a steel chair and tried to knock my head off. I just beat him to the punch. And then Mike James was the one who challenged me. He challenged me to a kendo stick match, and he paid the price for it. He asked me for it. He paid. Simple. Next question.
I'm actually going to skip this one because we've all known your thoughts on being called a paper champion. You aren't a paper champion. You've proven that you're not a paper champion. I won't even ask you about being accused of being a paper champion. Why won't you ever wrestle Istvan Gustafsson?
Who?
Okay, next question. We've got... Who was your... Okay, this might be an interesting answer from you. Who was your inspiration to become a wrestler?
Who was my inspiration to become a professional wrestler?
Yeah, like who did you first see that you were like, yeah, you know what? I can do it better than that guy, and I will.
I can do it better than every guy I've ever seen do it, and I've already proven that.
Is there a certain wrestler, though, that really just made you realize, yeah, I want to be in the ring. I want to be doing that?
There are a couple, and one of them I've already broken his record. The late Lou Thez was the youngest world's champion in professional wrestling history. I've already proven I'm better than him because I've beaten that record that stood for decades.
And you busted out a Lou Thez press in one of your matches earlier this year, so I thought that was a nice little, I guess, nod to him, or not. Chris Haggerty, these are all questions from Chris Haggerty, by the way, at CM Haggerty on Twitter. Stone Pain, I don't understand this question. I have an artisan well on my property and the water pressure is lousy. Do you have any suggestions?
I told you not to waste my time.
That was, I don't even really know what that question means. Stone Pain. Ravishing Anton is the best looking wrestler on the Smash Mouth WWT roster. Why is he not the face of the company, but you are? This might be more of a question for Dodge, but what the hell? Do you have an answer for
Simple. That? I've already beaten him, and he can't cut a promo as well as I can, so he's not the face. Simple, move on.
This one is for me. Who do you think would win in a match, Stone Pain or Mega Mondo? Well, I'm biased. Mega Mondo's biggest fan, so you already know. No offense, champ, but I would have to side with
Mega Mondo can't even beat a couple goofball clowns, so if you really think he can step in the ring with the King of the Jungle, then he's got another thing coming, and so do you.
Now, I tweet this out often on my WellsMania Twitter, which, by the way, you can follow at WellsMania. I think one of the matches of 2019 that we're all anticipating is WWT World Champion Stone Pain, yourself, defending your title on the line against Mega Mondo. I really hope we get that match.
You know what? I hope we get it too. I hope we get it too, because I love a good fight. That's what drives me. I want nothing more than competition. And if Mega Mondo can give me that competition, then by all means, bring it. You know what? I'll say this right here. Lion versus gorilla. There can only be one king. If Mega Mondo is out there listening, you know where to find me.
That would be one mega fight, and I like I said, I'm really looking forward to it happening in 2019. Stone Pain, when you see Jackson Rathbone, do you hear banjos playing in the background and get a strong deliverance feeling?
I don't see Jackson Rathbone because he's wise enough to stay out of my way.
Oh man, I'm sorry. That question was.
You know what
funny.
though? I would actually like to have a match with Jackson Rathbone, because he might be a freak and he probably doesn't have that many brain cells. But you know what? There's something very similar between me and Jackson Rathbone. We both love to hurt people and inflict pain, so why not do it on each other?
Now, I do have a follow-up here. Jackson Rathbone actually has tweeted a response to this question. Stone Pain fares... wait. Hold on a second. Jackson Rathbone, I don't know if this...
As I said,
was the right word.
Not many brain cells.
I'm just going to read it how it's worded. Stone Pain fars was what he doesn't know, as do you all. Be she if you... The put, you had me figured out, you're dead wrong. But as for you, C.M. Haggerty, you are as welcome as any to tie me, and it won't be the sound of banjos you hear as you fade to black, but emergency room chatter. Clearly, there's some typos in there. Jackson Rathbone, do yourself a favor and proofread before you hit the send button. That's from all of us here at WellsMania. Let me scroll back down. This question is, who's your next opponent, and why is it Mega Mondo?
It doesn't matter who my next opponent is, and if it is Mega Mondo, like I said a minute ago, bring it on. Whoever my next opponent is, I'm going to destroy. Simple as that.
Fair enough. The next question is...
Who would you like? Well, no, you already said you want Mega Mondo to be my next victim, right?
Well, not victim, but next opponent. Yes. I would like to see... Maybe not the very next opponent of yours. I think that, personally, I love the anticipation. I love a good build. And I know that the anticipation and the build is worth the wait.
Here's the thing. I'm not stupid. I see the love that Mega Mondo gets. I understand that he's one of the most popular superstars in the WWT locker room.
He's been on my podcast a couple times, too.
WWT is my company, my flagship show. I'm the face of it. So if Megamondo wants to step into the ring with me, it needs to be a stage grand enough to have that match. It needs to be a stage big enough where the lion and the gorilla can tear each other limb from limb.
You just gave me a goosebumps, by the way, but the stage you speak of possibly could be Smash Mouth Slamboree 2, maybe? I don't know. I'm just saying, throwing it out there. The next question, if Mike James isn't a serious dude, then how come you almost got your ass handed to you by him?
He obviously didn't watch the same match that everyone else did. Mike James hit a maximum of like 3 moves in that match at Super Stampede. I decimated Mike James. He's home right now with shattered ribs, and I'm sitting here on WellsMania with the WWT World Championship.
And I appreciate you bringing the title. It looks very nice. And to follow up on Mike James, I did see him in the gym a couple weeks ago, and man, yeah, he looked defeated. He looked depressed. He looked like it could be possibly the end of Mike James.
If he's smart, he will stay away from the WWT. Mike, I'm talking directly to you and your dumb inbred family. Ooh. Use whatever brain cells you've got left in that little head of yours and stay out of my kingdom.
There is your warning, Mike James. That's a serious warning from the champ. Chris Haggerty goes on. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? He's just singing a song. This one actually is a good question. And I was actually going to ask you this. Who is your dream opponent? Like, if you could wrestle anybody, past, present, who would it be and why?
From the Indies or from WWE?
Well, we'll make this a two-parter. From the WWE, who would it be? And then you could follow it up with, on the current Indies, who would you wrestle as well?
There's only one man who I want to fight from the WWE. In fact, he's a former WWE superstar. So listen closely. Jerry the King Lawler. You're the king of yesteryear. I'm the current king of professional wrestling. This is an open invitation for the year of 2019 or whenever you can cripple walk your way to the Smash Mouth Arena. I want Jerry Lawler in a match. King versus king.
Wow. And I just saw Jerry the King Lawler this past weekend when I was in Louisville SuperCon, and had I had known, I would have thrown that out there right to his face. So maybe, just maybe, the King will tune in right here to episode 11 of WellsMania podcast on YouTube.
Indie star. Or were you going to cut me off?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so what indie star that's currently out there on the circuit?
Well, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I don't know a lot of indie stars because I don't waste my time watching it.
Oh.
But there is one indie star who I'd like to get my hands on who considers himself some sort of legend in Indianapolis, because we all know that's where Wrestle With This is located, and that's Apollo Star. So Apollo Star, if you think you've got what it takes to step in the ring with Stone Pain on my turf, because I'm not going to step into your turf because I don't want to waste my time going into some broken down gymnasium. You come to the Smash Mouth Arena and we'll see who the best of Indianapolis really is.
Oh, right. Apollo Star. Yeah, I've seen him in action, and that would be a really good match. So I really hope that he gets that challenge and he accepts it. The next question is, what is your greatest fear and why is it a match without a kendo stick?
I'm going to make this one short. I promise you, the next title defense that I have, just to shut up Chris Haggerty and everyone else out there, I will decimate my opponent with my bare hands and that will be it. No kendo stick, no weapon. I will use the best weapons that I've got, and that's my 2 fists, and I will break somebody's jaw. So whoever that is, good luck.
I don't know if you're much of an alcohol drinker, but I will ask you this question. PBR or Michelob Ultra? Please don't say neither. I prefer Mike's Hard Lemonade because I'm a basic bitch. Is it true that you're a basic bitch? This is from Chris Haggerty.
No, because I don't drink.
All right. I didn't think you did. Have you ever been in love?
Yes. I have. You want to know who my true love is?
Yeah.
It is my WWT championship.
That's a good love to have right there. Hopefully it will not break your heart. Who is Stone Pain?
The king of the Smash Mouth jungle, the WWT champion, the youngest world's champion in the history of professional wrestling.
I had a feeling you'd say it like that. Who is in your opinion, who is the most overrated superstar on the Wrestle with This roster?
Justin Kyle.
Oh, man. And he listens to WellsMania. So you might just be on his
Kyle,
list now.
I don't care if I'm on his little hit list.
He's a bounty collector.
Justin Kyle, you call yourself a bounty hunter. You want to collect the bounty. Brother, listen closely. Ooh. My bounty is too big for you to even attempt to collect. So if you're smart, you'll stay out of my way. But if you are stupid enough, which you probably are stupid enough to ever attempt to come collect my bounty, I'll do what Jackson Rathbone couldn't do, and I'll put you on the shelf, but I'll put you there permanently, product, if you even call yourself that anymore.
Yeah, those are definitely some fighting words there, and that's another match that I would love to see in 2019 is Stone Pain putting the title on the line against Justin Kyle. So hopefully he'll hear this and accept the challenge. We got a lot of people that you're calling out. Calling out Megamondo. You're calling out Apollo Star.
I have no friends. I take on all comers. Like I said earlier, I want the competition. I will run through the competition one by one until my mountain of broken bodies is built and complete.
I can tell. If you could, compare yours truly, WellsMania, to any wrestling commentator or play-by-play person, who would it be?
Mike Adamle.
All right. So why is David Arquette's WCW World Heavyweight Championship run considered a better run than yours as the current Smash Mouth WWT World Champion?
I'll call somebody else out. David Arquette.
Here we go.
You're a professional wrestler now. Am I right about that? Doesn't he think he's a pro wrestler? Isn't he back on the indies?
I was going to say, technically, he's been wrestling, so yeah, I will throw him in the category as a professional wrestler.
Okay. David Arquette, you think your title run is better than mine. Come to the Smash Mouth Arena and prove it.
That's another match that I hope we get to see in 2019. I'm building a nice little list here of matches that I hope happen in 2019. This is another question from Chris Haggerty. This is probably his 40th.
Do you have any other fans besides that idiot Chris Haggerty?
He's my number one fan for sure. Who is the one member? I don't even know. Okay, this is a good worded question here. Who is the one member on the Wrestle with This roster worthy enough to be your tag team partner if you were ever in a tag team match?
That is the only wording that he has actually done right all night. Worthy. Who is worthy enough to be my partner? Why I think on this, I'm going to flip to you. Who do you think is worthy enough to be my partner?
Well, I'm biased. I think that you and Megamondo would make a Mega Pain team. I think that you guys complement each other very well, and I think that you two as a team would be pretty unstoppable. I don't know if it would ever happen. I can't see it ever happening because, like you said,
I'll tell you what.
thinking pattern as Megamondo, which I don't think really anybody is, but
as of right now, nobody's worthy enough. But here's the challenge I'm going to lay down, okay? To the first person out there, and I don't think there is anybody out there who can do it, but to the first person out there who can ever defeat me in the middle of the ring, that individual perhaps could be worthy enough to be the partner of Stone Pain.
Chris asks me what it's like interviewing a paper champion. Well, I don't think you're a paper champion. Personally, I think you've earned the title that you have, and I look forward to many, many, many more title defenses that you will hand out. The next question, any truth to the rumor that Dick Williams was your original opponent for Super Stampede, but he didn't find you competitive enough, so he just asked Dodge for a title, and Dodge just gifted him one? He's talking about the Continental title. So apparently there was a rumor that Stone Pain was supposed to take on Dick Williams for the world title.
Dick Williams is a coward. We all know that.
I've seen that.
I tried to fight him face to face on the inaugural episode of Dick Tube, and what did he do? He went limp, just like Dick does, all right? So Dick Williams, yeah, he went out and he asked Dodge for a title, which I don't agree with. I think you've got to earn what you get in this business. Dick Williams hasn't earned anything. So, you know what, Dick Williams, if he ever does earn a title shot against me, then I guarantee you that match won't last longer than 20 seconds.
And I just want everyone out there to know that I want to thank Chris Haggerty for conducting this interview. I'm just the mouthpiece over here. Remember that, Stone Pain. I'm just the mouthpiece. Looking at the gentleman that interviewing you, do you think he has what it takes to be a wrestler? He's talking about me. Do you think WellsMania can get in the ring and wrestle?
Perhaps.
I'll take it.
If I train you.
I would be honored. I would be honored to.
There's nobody better.
Set up a training session with you, because I think I personally have what it takes to get in the ring. And here's an idea, and I might pitch this to Dodge one day. And you just mentioned Dick Tube, which is also found on YouTube. WellsMania versus Dick Tube in the ultimate internet battle for who is the best of the best when it comes to podcasts and wrestling talk shows on the internet. You hear me, Dick Williams? WellsMania is calling you out. I'll meet you at the Smash Mouth Arena. I'll take you on. If we can get it approved by Dodge Obencrust, who, by the way, is a friend of the WellsMania podcast. At least I like to consider him one. I'm going to set that up, Stone Pain, so I might take you up on your training sessions. Although, I think I'm in pretty good shape. I think I can get in there and definitely take down Dick. Is it true the secret to your success as world champion is all thanks to Blue Chew?
Skip.
Yeah, I don't even really know what that means. This is the last one. No, I lied. He just sent another one. Trust me, Jackson. Sorry I got you confused. Sometimes you don't want to step in to your realm. He was taking a shot at Jackson Rathbone. Last question. I have a weird conspiracy theory. I've never seen Dodge and Isvan in the same place at the same time. And they look an awful lot alike. Do you think that they are twins separated at birth?
How does that have anything to do with me?
It doesn't. All right, ladies and gentlemen, those were your questions, mainly Chris Haggerty, but you see the kind of love that I am willing to give all of you Wells Maniacs out there when I have a very prestigious guest on my show. Stone Pain, before I let you go, first and foremost, thank you for taking the time to come downtown to Indianapolis, where WellsMania is located. You issued a lot of new challengers out there, but for real, what is the very next thing that we can expect to see from you, Stone Pain?
Why would I tell you that?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, WWT World Champion Stone Pain. You can catch him in action on YouTube around the world. All you got to do is go to Wrestle with This on YouTube and follow Wrestle with This on Twitter.
Hold on. You want to prove yourself to me right here, right now?
Absolutely.
Then you're going to sign off by saying right in your little microphone, "Long live the king."
Ladies and gentlemen, that is WWT World Champion Stone Pain. Long live the king. And breaking news from the Smash Mouth WWT Twitter account, which, by the way, you can follow on Twitter at Smash Mouth WWT. Breaking: the action of Wrestle with This will return next month in full force when Justin Kyle battles indie wrestling star Blake Reed in a special earth-shaking edition of Smash Mouth Showcase. This is colossal news. This is big news. This is huge news. This is not quite mega news, but it's big. It's large because these are two massive men, and I just pray for the Smash Mouth Arena ring that it doesn't break or implode, because Justin Kyle is not a small dude. And this Blake Reed guy, by all means, is not a small dude. Just go to their Twitters, at KillJustinKyle, at Blake Reed 23. This is going to be a big match and a huge way to start 2019. You do not want to miss the action that is taking place inside the Smash Mouth Arena. Wrestle with This. Subscribe on YouTube. Do it now. What the hell are you waiting for? Live from the SAP Center, it's WWE TLC.
Your eyes follow like a spotlight, two eyes like the sun.
This, the official theme song for WWE TLC Live this Sunday in San Jose, California at the SAP Center, SAP Center, however you pronounce it. It'll be taking place there. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my. This is Body Talks by the Struts. I like it. How's the chorus sound?
You can be cool, you can be shy. Say what you want, say what you like. 'Cause your body talks.
Woo! Your body talks. All right. I like it. I just butchered it, but hey, nobody's listening. All right, let's start here at the, this is a fully loaded card, by the way. And I'm not really sure what the kickoff match is. Didn't see anything listed on WWE.com. So this is in no particular order. R-Truth and Carmella. They'll be taking on Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. This is the finals of the Mixed Match Challenge Season 2. Now, my good brother Mark Dykton, you can follow him on Twitter, at Mark Dykton. That's MarkDykton, and tell him WellsMania sent you. Mark Dykton told me that there's some stipulations when it comes to this match, as in the winners of this match will be the 30th entrant in each Royal Rumble, the men's Royal Rumble. So Jinder Mahal or R-Truth will be the 30th entrant in the men's Royal Rumble. And on the other side, either Alicia Fox or Carmella will be the 30th entrant in the women's Royal Rumble. Because we're getting that again, baby! The second annual women's Royal Rumble next month. I cannot wait. I'm excited. So there's that stipulation. And then apparently the winners of this match get to choose a vacation destination of their choosing. So There's that. All right, there's that. Now, good brother Mark Dykton did give me a really funny theory on why he's picking Carmella and R-Truth to win this match. He thinks that with the stipulation of the 30th entrant on the line, he thinks that instead of R-Truth being the 30th entrant in the men's Royal Rumble, he's going to show up and be the 30th entrant in the women's Royal Rumble, which is genius, which is brilliant. That's such an R-Truth move. So I like that, Mark Dykton. I like that. I think that is going to happen. Now, I am predicting R-Truth and Carmella to win the finals of the Mixed Match Challenge Season 2. Vince McMahon is a huge fan of the 7-minute dance break. So listen, if the boss likes you, I like you too. R-Truth and Carmella win this match, and that's what's up. WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Buddy Murphy defends that Cruiserweight title against Cedric Alexander. And as much as I would like to see Cedric Alexander win this match, I don't think he does. I'm going with Buddy Murphy to retain the Cruiserweight title. We've got a chairs match. Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton. What year is it? I have gone back and forth. Mysterio, Orton, Mysterio. This is a coin flip. This is a coin flip. Do I have a coin to flip? I don't. So I'm just going to imagine heads is Orton, tails is Mysterio, and the coin lands on tails, Mysterio. Yeah, I just did that. Rey Mysterio wins this chairs match. I'm expecting a 619 chair shot to Randy Orton delivered by Rey Mysterio. So that's how I'm predicting this match will go. The next match is a guitar hanging from the rafters of the SAP Center. This is a ladder match. So the first one to climb the ladder and retrieve the guitar wins. Elias versus Bobby Lashley, and of course Lio Rush will get involved. There will be some shenanigans, and normally I would side with Elias here, but I think that Bobby Lashley is going to get the win. Bobby Lashley climbs up that ladder, or better yet, I think Lio Rush climbs up that ladder, grabs the guitar, throws it down to Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley then smashes Slapnuts Elias over the head and wins the match. Finn Balor, who I thought wasn't medically cleared to wrestle, kayfabe, bro. Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre. Listen, Drew McIntyre is hot. He's on fire. And Finn Balor, if you're not the Demon King, you're not beating Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre beats Finn Balor. We've got a tables match, Natalya versus Ruby Riott. I'm actually really looking forward to this match because this past Monday night on Raw, Ruby Riott continues to draw that heat. I mean, she took Natalya's father's sunglasses, the Anvil, Jim Neidhart's sunglasses, and she smashed them. She's a heel. And then, how does she outdo herself? She gets a fat head, which is a cutout of Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and puts it on a table, which is ultimate heat. Now, of course, there's a lot of dirty diapers out there on Twitter. People are saying, I can't believe they're using Jim the Anvil Neidhart's death, and they're overblowing it like this, and they're using it to blah 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 blah. Shut your mouth! You kidding me? Natalya wouldn't go with this if she wasn't cool with it. Natalya's cool with it, so that's why they're going with it. And plus, hello, it keeps his legacy alive. God, people, stop being so offended by everything. It's a fat head of a legend who should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Hopefully, that will change next year. Get over yourselves and just enjoy the storyline. This is Natty's father. Natty lost her dad, and she's rolling with this storyline. Think about that the next time you whine and cry on Twitter. It's not even your dad. It's Natalia's father. A lot of venting going on right here on episode 11 of WellsMania podcast. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm breaking down my TLC predictions and whatnot right now. I've got Natalya winning this match, by the way. I think she's going to slam Ruby Riott right through that table with an anvil flattener on the anvil fathead. How's that for a prediction? The next match is a triple threat match. The SmackDown Tag Team titles are on the line. The Bar defends the SmackDown Tag Team titles against the Usos and the New Day. Now, here's an interesting, fun stat line. All three of these tag teams have a 5 SmackDown Tag Team title championship reign. How is that possible? 5-5-5. I just saw that stat earlier via WWE Instagram. So that leads me to think that we're going to get some new tag team champions heading into 2019. Who's it going to be? Well, I think it's going to be the New Day. I mean, think about it. How cool would it be for the New Day to take the tag team titles into 2019 one more time? Because 2019, in my opinion, is the year the New Day breaks up. So give them one more tag team title reign and then finally give Big E the push towards the WWE title so he can win the championship in 2019. That's a bold prediction from WellsMania. So I've got the New Day becoming the new SmackDown Tag Team titles, winning this triple threat match. Ronda Rousey, the Raw Women's Champion, she puts her Raw Women's title on the line against face breaker Nia Jax. And we're running with the face breaker gimmick, even though Nia Jax has only broken one person's face, Becky Lynch's nose, and it was one of the most badass things that we've ever seen in WWE history. If anything, it made Becky Lynch that much more of a badass. Do I see Nia Jax winning this match? No, I don't. Ronda Rousey will retain the Raw Women's Championship, whether it be via DQ. Sure, we'll run with that. I think Ronda wins via DQ. Nia Jax gets disqualified. So that takes us to the next match, which is a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. Now, there's a stipulation on the line here. If Baron Corbin wins the match, he becomes the permanent Raw general manager. If he doesn't, well, he doesn't. He's no longer the general manager. So he's currently the acting general manager of Monday Night Raw. Braun Strowman has been shelved due to a real-life injury. He had surgery. So he should be medically cleared to come back and squash Baron Corbin to win this match. I mean, it's not even going to be a match. Baron Corbin's going to be cocky like he has been because Braun's been away. When the monster's away, Baron will play. But guess what? Braun will show up, and he will smash Baron Corbin through a table and win the match. Braun Strowman, get healthy, bro. We miss you. We miss you on Monday Night Raw. Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins burns it down. Burn it down. Burn it down! He defends the Intercontinental title against Bane Ambrose. Dean Ambrose running with the Bane gimmick. I like it, kind of. Gimmick infringement, sort of, maybe. I don't know. He looks just like Bane. I'm Raw's Reckoning. You know what? I think the momentum is in Bane Ambrose's favor. I actually think Bane Ambrose is going to win the Intercontinental title because 2019 is going to be a nice push year for Seth Rollins. And in order for him to get that push, because we're almost in WrestleMania season, how crazy is that? Next month, we are on the road to WrestleMania after the Royal Rumble concludes. Isn't that wild to think that the Royal Rumble is next month? Didn't it just feel like we had the Royal Rumble? It's crazy. So I'm going with Baden Ambrose to win this match. He's going to burn it down. WWE Champion Daniel Bryan, he defends the title. I'm sorry. The new Daniel Bryan takes on AJ Styles. Listen, Lars Sullivan, 2 words, one massive man. Lars Sullivan is going to get involved in this match, and he's going to absolutely destroy AJ Styles. And Daniel Bryan is going to win this match. He's going to retain the WWE title. Lars Sullivan is going to become Daniel Bryan's bodyguard, henchman, just protector, Diesel, Biggie, to Dolph Ziggler, whatever you want to call it. Lars Sullivan is going to align himself with Daniel Bryan because Daniel Bryan earlier in the day is going to make this happen. So that's what I see happening. The debut of Lars Sullivan happens at TLC in that fashion. That takes us to the main event. SmackDown Women's Champion Becky Lynch puts her title on the line against Charlotte Flair, friend of the WellsMania podcast, and Asuka. So we've got the man versus the queen versus the Empress in a triple threat TLC match. This is gonna be, to quote Booker T, good. It's gonna be so good. It's the main event. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care where this match ends up on the card. This is the mega draw. This is the main event. This is the exact match that we all deserve and need to close out 2018. Now, a lot of you out there are probably going to have Becky Lynch retaining. I am not one of those people. A lot of you out there are going to have Charlotte Flair, becoming the new SmackDown Women's Champion. I am not one of those people. So, process of elimination. Oh yeah, Asuka is going to leave San Jose, California, your new SmackDown Women's Champion. The Empress of Tomorrow is going to beat the man, Becky Lynch. The Empress of Tomorrow is going to beat the Queen, Charlotte Flair. The Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, goes on a reign heading in to 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 11 of WellsMania podcast on YouTube. Let me know what you think is going to happen at WWE TLC. Tweet at WellsMania. Send me your predictions. Let me know. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? The only way I'll ever know is if you speak up and tweet at WellsMania. I want to thank my very special guest, WWT World Champion Stone Payne, for joining me earlier on the episode. Be sure to follow Stone Payne on Twitter at Payne_Stone. Ladies and gentlemen, one more episode of WellsMania podcast on YouTube in 2018. It's the WellsMania Awards, episode 12. I'll see you then. Until next time, enjoy WWE TLC and dominate the day.